What is going on, guys? Today we are back, episode 5 of our Broke to Millionaire series. We're going to get started here by heading over to the casino and doing our wheel spin and getting our daily bonus chips or what the hell ever it is. But we got a pretty decent episode lined up here for this one. After we get done with the casino shit, we're gonna most likely head on up to the cash factory because we haven't been there since we started and initially set everything up. So that's our next step from here. We got just a short little drive over to the casino for the first time in this episode. We haven't been keeping up with all that as much as we needed to, and that's partly my problem, but pretty much after all of this, we're gonna move over into probably a Fulligan mission so we can get our upgrades for our lab and go from there. But you know, we will essentially get everything lined up and figured out sooner rather than later. But for this episode, I mean, everything's just getting started. We haven't done one of these in a while. And since you guys have seen the last episode, I have recently upgraded capture cards and everything as well. So I'm trying here. I'm trying to make the videos more, you know, picture quality a lot better and everything else. So let's just go get our stuff done and see what we can do from there. But maybe we'll get something decent off of the wheel spin, and that way, you know, we're not struggling quite as bad. But we definitely did not get any money. We got some RP, which puts us to 17, so not bad if I do say so myself. Let's just go ahead and cash out those 1,000 chips here. I do it every time. I don't know, it's just kind of like a force of habit, but essentially, guys, I will come back to you guys after we do the drive. Alright guys, just a short little time lapse there I did for you guys to save you the long ass drive, but here we are, we're at the cash factory. I thought for some reason I was registered as CEO, but I'm not. Well, VIP, because we don't own a CEO office or anything yet, but let's go up in here and see if it's ready to sell off, or if we just kind of wasted the trip, which right now, that looks to be what had happened. We essentially just wasted a trip. But it's all good. We don't have any upgrades or anything else here as well yet, I don't think. Which we do not. So it's okay. We'll get what we can get soon, because that's part of our thing. We at least got to have the upgrades. Minus the security, it's not important to me. But yeah, I think we'll jump off into a Fulligan mission now. Alright, so let's jump off back into the car here. Essentially, I was gonna do based on the footage here. I was going to start a last dose because I know that's part of where we left off, but I'm going to end up going down here to where it says stop, and then I'm going to end up changing my mind and starting the Fooligan mission. Or, yeah, because that's what we're doing. So this will be number 1 of, I think it's 10 to get the lab upgrades. I'll just leave it at that. If you guys have been playing a while, you know what I'm talking about. But, so we just got to wait on Mr. Dax here to let us know what we're doing. Should be any second now. There it is. I don't really like the working remotely's, and considering this is kind of like a mission, I didn't speed up the drive initially, and I really had thought about it because it would save us on time again, but I think we will just kind of chit-chat through and kind of enjoy the episode. I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far, and if you could, take the time to drop us a like and subscribe or follow whichever platform you're watching on. Share the video around with your friends, whatever you want to do. It's all appreciated. It doesn't cost you guys anything to, share the love. And I don't usually ask for subscribers or anything like that anyway. But if you could, please at least drop a like. Even if you dislike it, go for it. I mean, I'm just trying to keep you guys essentially entertained and bring you guys a fun little series that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And these videos essentially, they take me literal ages to work through, and usually it's hours of footage and then 7-8 hours of editing, which I took a little time off this past month again. I've had a tough year since the beginning of the year. We started out on a roll, and then a lot of things has initially happened and set us back a little bit, but recently I also changed internet providers, and my newer internet's a lot slower than my old internet, but essentially, we couldn't afford the price increase of the new internet right now, so I had to make a decision, and essentially now my internet's a dumpster fire. So it takes me so much longer to get the videos actually out, even though they're not really what you say higher quality, but that's all good. We'll get through everything eventually, and I'll be used to how long it takes me to get things out. I don't really count upload times though, guys. I just count my work hours that I'm actually doing something and not waiting. But essentially what we're doing here is, like I said, unlocking the upgrades for the labs, but we got to do 10 of these, and we can only do one every 48 minutes anyway, so essentially the start of each episode from here until I guess we do 10 of them, which will be technically around episode 15, and we're on 5 now, so that would be, well, yeah, maybe, I think it's 15, it might be 14, but we'll get through these, and then we'll have the lab upgrades, which will speed us up tremendously. We've got so much to do and a lot planned out, and I want to get so much done while I'm motivated again. Like, I have several other videos on top of this one sitting in my footage library, and I haven't even bothered to even touch them, and it sounds bad, I know, but essentially they're just ready for me to audio. And I just released one a couple of days ago that it had actually been ready for about a month. I'd finished it up, and those didn't have my audio, because that's just a game playthrough, so I haven't been throwing my audio up on those. I don't really, when I do a game playthrough, I like you guys to be able to actually hear the game and not me, except for the Carbon series, that's a bit different, but essentially, you know, I just wanted you guys to enjoy some things a lot more than you would probably enjoy hearing me yap my trap and discuss the game when you guys have probably seen the game a lot by other people. And you know, essentially it's a lot easier on me just to edit and upload those versus me cut audio then edit and upload those, because there's gonna be a fuck ton. And at least when I'm doing like my series is like this, you know, I cut my audio because I can only get one of these done every few days anyway, so I can't just, you know, I don't do back-to-back recording because then I don't even have a fucking idea of what I want to do, and I have to think about my next step. But this series, you know, we're going to push through. We got essentially the wildlife now we can do, because I'm on expanded and enhanced on this playthrough. So essentially we got, you know, we still got to do the HSW time trial for the week, and well, it technically just started yesterday when I recorded the actual footage, and I didn't have time to sit down and cut the audio. I had to go pick my car up out of the mechanic shop and everything else yesterday, so I had a pretty busy day after this recording was done. But nonetheless, guys, I am so glad to have my car back after 3 days. But you know, it's been crazy, and I'm not one that I like to sit at home a lot. As long as I got something to do at home, I don't mind being at home. But essentially, my wife's birthday got ruined this year, and I feel so bad because her car had some issues, and she wanted to go out of town to a restaurant, and it just so happened it happened on her birthday, and it was a rough time that day. And so now I get the chance I can make it up to her, which is technically what I should do as a good husband, and I do plan to soon. Just she's been back to work, you know, she was off on her birthday, and essentially she turned 26, I'm 25, and I turned 26 in 3 months. Our 3-year-old was playing with her, slipped and fell the night before her birthday, and ended up headbutting her in the mouth and broke one of her teeth out. So I gotta get her to the dentist to get her tooth repaired, and so she's just had an awful week. And my wife's birthday was January the 30th, so the audio for this video was recorded on February the 2nd. So I mean, it's been a few days since her birthday initially, and hell, it's been a fucking rough time. You know, I will say she's had it rough since before her birthday. And I spent $900 getting my car out of the shop yesterday, and it's initially, I'm afraid it's going to put us in a bind more than it's going to help us. But let's get this van parked over here by this big ass, technically propane gas tank thing, and we got to get the hell out of here without being seen. But every time I do this one, I end up getting busted, so we just have a big ass shootout to do. Look at that Sanctus sitting right there. That thing is nice. See, I own one of those. Kind of like it. But essentially, let's try to get the hell out of here now while there's not much tension on us. Hopefully, just hopefully, we can accomplish what we want to accomplish here with no problems. But I'm afraid this guy right here is going to see us. He looked right at us too, of course. Yep. So anyway, we're just going to run up the hill here. We're going to call in the basically remote bomb on the phone there. Blow that van up. And my regular controller broke, so I'm having to use a wired one, and my thumbstick is kind of screwed up, so it doesn't like going directly to the right Yeah, I don't know, baby. I think Mama bought it. But, essentially, it's been, like I said, it's just been a crazy week. And, you know, I'm glad to be able to sit down in my office and, get a video or two out this week, I hope, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how much longer I have in editing, which the new capture card, it looks so great. I don't have to change as much things around to clean the footage up. It essentially looks pretty damn good now, so. Which, I mean, it should for the price I just paid for that new Elgato I bought, but essentially before the capture card I was using wasn't great, but it got the job done for, you know, about a year and a half now, and I still have it in case I need it. In a way, you know, it's nice finally getting to get the upgrade that I wanted. I just killed my fucking self, but that's alright. I don't know, Ansley, let me finish, please. But, this is only the second video I've recorded with it, and you guys haven't even seen the other one, so, you know, it's quite alright. I'm gonna release that video. It'll be a pretty good while before that video comes out because it's for one of my other series, but you guys will definitely be able to tell the differences in the episodes for sure of that series once it comes out. It's not, you know, you'll be able to tell it now, or at least, you know, initially should be able to. I'm hoping that you guys are able to tell that it looks so much better now. Even I think it looks so much better now. I gotta get a car. We gotta shake the po-po. Alright, my car spawned behind us, so let's play bang bang to a couple of these guys and run like hell before we die. At least my Kuruma is armored. So essentially that should make things a bit smoother on us. Ansley, I heard you. Please stop. Your brother's not asleep. He's playing. But, you know, initially, this video wasn't kind of planned. I was in the mood and, jumped in on it, and I was like, hell, I think I'm gonna see what the Elgato footage looked like. And then I've done, you know, a couple test recordings and, you know, done a few edits to it, and I was like, yeah, I like that. And then I was in the mood to record a whole ass video, but we're gonna shake up the mountain here and essentially lose the police. But that's just the way it's gotta go, and gonna ride the train tracks for a minute and see what we can do here. Should be able to lose them fairly easily if I can just get my ass up here. Kind of go up a little more. I mean, we got 3 stars, so I don't know if they've actually dispatched a helicopter or not. Can't stop here and sit. We're gonna have to give it gas and try to sit like right in here maybe. Yeah, that'll work until we get rid of them. So from here we're gonna get off into last dose 1. So I'll see you there. guys, so after a short little time-lapse drive there, we are down here at the freak shop. We are gonna start last dose mission number 1 here. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and deposit the money I already have in my bank from that Fooligan mission, but just don't want to lose none of that, which I shouldn't anyway. I'm in a lobby by myself and this is an actual mission start, but essentially we just gotta wait on this slow ass game to catch up for us there and hope for the best. But we're gonna go ahead and get armor and ammo and fix our starting weapon, and then we're gonna close matchmaking and get it started. So essentially, I mean, a lot of you guys already know, have probably been done with this shit for years, but for you guys that may be new, you know, this is a pretty good place to start, is the first and last dose missions, and kind of sort of just enjoy it and go from there. But essentially a lot of these missions are just fucking retarded in my opinion. And I remember the first time I done these missions by myself, it was a bit challenging on this first one, especially when the helicopters and shit spawn in. And I didn't happen to buy a homing launcher yet, which we need to do sometime.
Oh, no, it's not about the acid.
This is for your own good. I'm gonna give you the count of 5 to get off that
But
spot, or I'm gonna turn you into Chuck Steak.
I don't know why the hell this idiot's gonna shoot a rocket launcher at somebody.
I'm not fucking around for.
But I guess, you know, they do what the hell they want to do. They're probably on drugs anyway. So
Hey, what is going on here?
we're just kind of waiting around so we can get started here. It shit's fixing to get crazy. Real crazy. So we got these idiots coming up. Basically, if you've never seen this, they're going to come in and steal that guy right there. Basically kidnap him. Lab Rat is his name, unfortunately. But we end up getting him back. And initially at the end of this, we end up with a new car. A lot of you guys may or may not know that. It depends if this is your first time. Not this mission, but at the end of the last doses, you end up with a supercar for free. And that's just like doing the Miss Baker missions for the casino penthouse. You end up with a free armored car. That's not that greatly armored, but it does have machine guns on it. But initially, you know, we're grinding up to try to get our businesses going. Wouldn't hurt us to initially save to get the nightclub, the Terabyte, and all that, but we can't. I don't want to go kind of out of order. I need to get the MC businesses bought and set up. The ones that are technically important anyway. That way we can start making some money every day. And what's kind of left out of that we could also sell off. But you know, you got the baby powder factory, you got the blue ice cubes, and you got the greenery factory. But initially, you know, there's a lot more to it. Document forgery, I mean, it's not exactly worth it, but we have to own it. That's part of my series, and unfortunately I have to own something I'm never going to end up probably using very much, but I have to get it set up and upgraded to finish my series out, because I give myself a challenge with this series. It was to initially buy every business in the game with upgrades, so we got a lot of work to do to make everything go through and get through all this stuff first. Okay, Angela, let me finish working. But, you know, initially we just got to take it one process at a time. And, you know, initially I've opted to finish up doing the DAX stuff before we move on to virtually anything else, because it's going to help us out a lot to get these done and continue running this kind of business essentially. But you know, overall I don't know how well it's going to play out, but you know, we do get that free car, which is not like we exactly need it, but it would still be a good thing to have because it's just part of it, essentially. And then we decide which way we want to go from here. We need to initially get something that we know is going to help us out next. I mean, the counterfeit cash, well, the cash factory itself, while it's not that great, it should in turn help us to make some money. We have, we have an MC Clubhouse down here in town. We've set all that up already. And, you know, we've got a little ways to continue to push through before we are ready to utilize that. I can't remember if we got the bike shop with it or not, but it was one of those things we set up pretty quick here with Pedro Incorporated. Pedro here is kind of not enjoying his venture with Dax and his buddies because it's all a bunch of dumb shit. Money's decent, you know, starting out doing these, but initially these missions are just, they're dumb and I don't like them, but it's a good starting point, no doubt about it. Make sure you're doing these as early as you can, you know. Essentially, like I said, I record an hour of footage. Sometimes I cut certain shit out if it's not important, or I just speed it up in this case. But, you know, when this series ends, and there's no telling how many episodes it's going to take us to accomplish this, we're going to have every business on this account, and this account's going to be fully set up and ready to do literally anything you want it to do. We also need to get our bunker up and going. Essentially, we're not there yet, though, but we will get there as quickly as humanly possible. I'm sorry if you hear my stupid ass fucking phone ringing in the background. That is essentially all my phone does every day. That's why I can't get anything done around here. Everybody's always calling me and aggravating when they know damn well I work from home, and I work usually most days from 11 to about 12 o'clock on audio work is what I usually do. But today I got started around 10:15ish. So I started a bit early today, just so I could make sure I could get my audio work in before my wife takes break at her job, and I have to feed my kids lunch and put my kids down for a nap. So, I mean, I got a book schedule, but I get as much work done as humanly possible. And, you know, lately I've just been spending as much time with the wife as I can. So that's that. But, you know, initially it was a good little break, but I'm going to try to get myself back dedicated and grind out as much of this as I can every single day until I get to a sweet spot with this series that I initially want to do. You know, like I said, pulling back off for audio, it gets rough some days because it takes longer for me to do audio than it does anything, because I record all of my audio separate from my footage, and I do that for a reason, because it allows me to initially just cut out a lot of the crappy shit I would normally say. But we made $14,000 off of this, and we should get the $100,000 bonus, or $50,000. I can't remember which one it is once we spawn back in here. we're just kind of going to wait there. It shouldn't take but just a second. And initially, we're going to wait for Dax to call, but let's see here. We have... Well, you're going to show me my money. Come on. Come on. So, I mean, we got that amount there. I'm going to deposit that after I finish recording. But we're ending off with about, I want to say, about 800,000. Not a bad place to be. We're going to wait for Dax to call here before we end the episode off. So, just a little bit of waiting. You guys, if you don't want to wait and listen to the phone call, you guys can head on off, because once Dax is finished, I'm finished with this episode, guys. I mean, the words are on screen as to what he's saying, but you could also probably hear it around me. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys later on in another episode. Peace. I'm out. See ya.